All right, sportsmans, we're back. This is Gray Fox 37.
But Pikachu 23. Okay.
What were you laughing at?
Oh, just, it sounded like you almost said something else by accident.
Oh, Gay
and it
Fox?
sounded funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually called that once by somebody on YouTube. That was
wow.
mad that I was making fun of Battlefield 5. My fragile sexuality, but anyway. We're here for the 3 to 6 block on day 3 for Gabriel Knight 3.
Oh, dear.
This is the third to last block here, so basically this is going to be a big one. We're going to be filling a lot of plot holes. There's going to be a lot of dialogue that's going to be spoken, so you're not going to have to hear our loser voices too much. We're going to actually kind of go into some points, basically, that some walkthroughs don't go through as well. Just to let you know, like, basically after the big scene that's coming up here, if you didn't get the manuscript in the prior block, you could actually dig it up in this one and things like that. There's a certain order that you have to select the people who basically did the things, as you'll see here. If you select the wrong ones, you'll get some amusing conversation and everything like that, so they got some pretty cool options. But basically the cat's out of the bag in this block. And we're going to basically have a talk with Prince James, and then just have a talk with the Abbé, and then we'll have a talk with the we're going to have a talk with even Estelle at a point, and then we're going to finally figure it all out.
Yep.
So there's a lot of secrets that's going to be revealed, but not all of them will be revealed in this block.
Not yet.
All right, so let's do it. The following takes place between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m.
What's up?
Just a minute, Gracie. Why don't you take a seat?
Yep.
All right. Fun time's over. I want to know what's going on, and I want to know now.
I have no idea what you mean.
No, I.
Then let me give you a clue.
Bullshit.
Earlier today, I had a certain unpublished manuscript in my room. Someone took that manuscript, and that someone was...
It's going to be, so we can pick Bukele, Maddie, we could pick Emilio, the hotel staff. I don't know, but of course it was
Mosley. Shortly afterwards, it was stolen from the first thief by...
So we got the same options, but of course we're going to choose...
Girly.
Madeline Bouthane. The second thief couldn't hold on to it either.
Nope.
It was stolen for the third time by...
Same options. It'd be funny if you chose the same person again. Madeline, she stole it from herself. But of course it was...
Vittorio Buccelli.
And the third thief disposed of it by...
So the options are burning it, burying it, or selling it for money. But of course it was...
burying it.
Really?
Yep.
But this is slanderous. You
It is?
cannot prove a word.
Yes, we can. Look.
Yeah. He can prove it. Every one of you left prints.
Yep.
Santa cielo.
I admit it. I did take the manuscript, but I didn't do it for my own personal gain or anything.
Right.
I'm CIA.
That explains it.
Outrageous.
I was expecting him to say he's special.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Mademoiselle Bouthane, what's your excuse?
I do not know what you mean.
Don't you? Let's
Prickly.
consider the fact that you have way too much equipment for a tour guide.
But I am technically minded.
And lethal. My guess is French Internal Secret Service.
You are much too smart for your own good.
Oh, and you, signore? Or should I call you father?
It is not illegal for a priest to travel without a collar.
Oh, but you're not just a priest, are you? You
Nope.
came on a train from Rome, yet you lied. You said it was Naples. Why tell such a pointless fabrication unless you were hiding something? Like the fact that you're with the Vatican.
That is not a crime either.
But stealing manuscripts is.
Yep.
Perhaps It is time for you to reveal your secrets, Gabriel.
Sure. I'm a private investigator. I'm here about the kidnapping of Prince James of Albany's infant son.
James Stewart's son has been kidnapped?
When did this happen?
You really didn't know? Either of you?
No.
Certamente no. I came only to report on any activity in the area. The Vatican feels that there are certain subversive parties who are trying to fabricate stories. Perhaps even go so far as to stage certain finds. Plant material. Naturally, the church is anxious that anything of the sort be prevented and exposed.
Perhaps
By
you are
any
right,
means.
Signore. But we believe that there is something buried near Rennes-le-Château.
That's why you were given this assignment?
I have been watching Rennes-le-Château for a few years now. There are certain political interests involved. Interests which might not be working for the long-term stability of the present French government. Besides, if there is an archaeological discovery to be made here, such findings should be controlled by the French authorities. We want to make sure nothing gets smuggled out without our knowing.
I thought you needed excavation permits to do any serious digging.
Oh.
Hypothetically, but several parties have applied for permits. We can only deny them for so long.
Mose?
The CIA thinks there's something going on over here with the Freemasons, the Priory, and the Knights of Malta. You name it. We've got to make sure our interests are being protected. You know, the good old U.S. of A. Oh, they sent me on a tour as a kind of an audition, I guess. They didn't want anybody with legit CIA credentials. You know, anyone who could be traced. But I'll probably be starting full-time when I get back.
And the digging, monsieur?
Oh, intelligence got that tip from somewhere. I was just supposed to, check it out.
So it was the CIA who infiltrated our computer system. We thought it was the Priory. It is not the first theory we have had, I am afraid. Our cipher experts work on it when they can. And it appears this was another failed attempt. Right, monsieur?
I sure didn't find anything.
And now we can go, yes? I
No.
assume you have not found your kidnapper among us?
Doesn't look it.
I loved how Mosley's arm was twitching at points, like, Here we
You
go.
were very masterful. But, you have not gotten everything from me yet. Perhaps you should come by my room and try a little harder,
Wow.
Don't. It's a thought.
Yeah.
I always thought the idea of chastity belts was cruel and sexist. I finally get it.
I doubt they invented one strong enough for Madeline.
Nope.
Thanks for finding the manuscript. Where was it?
Bukele buried it out in the valley. I saw his moped from Blanchford.
Good job, Grace. As usual.
Prince James is at the Villa Bethania. He wants to see you.
I bet.
And there's some real progress on the treasure. With Sydney, I was able to...
I'll, come up later, okay?
Suit yourself.
Wow.
So at this point, what you can do is you can either go to Tor Magdala or Villa Bethania, whatever you want. But what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to go back to the room and have a chat with Grace.
Yep.
And it's not something that a lot of people do. But first we're going to drink some coffee. Because Gabe loves it. Good stuff. Yeah.
It's the only thing he's allowed to drink.
Put some fucking hair on your chest. Alright, so now we'll get out here.
And it tastes awful. But anyway.
Alright, so now we're going to go upstairs. And let's go into the room. Windows closed again.
Yep.
It's a magic window. So open it up.
Or it's just exceedingly creepy.
Alright, so back up and we'll go over here and look at her.
Mosley's right. She is a babe. I really need to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Let's talk with her. So basically you've got three options. The case, her and you, and then Sydney. So let's talk about
I need to
her and you.
decide what it is I want to have happen before I talk to her about it.
Oh, come on.
Screw up again.
Roy.
So let's talk about the case.
Can we talk about the case for a minute?
Of course.
I've been thinking about our list of suspects. Larry and Prince James are Freemasons. The Abbey is Priory. I think we can cross them off.
Right. Bukele is Vatican, Madeline is French Internal Secret Service, and Mosley is... Get help.
Mostly.
CIA.
Yeah, makes you think about renouncing your U.S. citizenship, doesn't it?
I've survived Gingrich, I can survive this. But anyway, it's starting to feel like the end of 10 Little Indians. There's hardly anybody left.
There's still Emilio and
Yep.
the 2 British gals.
Come on, they're harmless. Well, okay, they're not exactly harmless, from a sociological standpoint, but they're certainly not kidnappers. There's also Montreux. I deciphered Le Serpent Rouge, and it showed a red serpent on the map, with its tail wrapping right around Chateau de Serres. It really... well, it's pretty creepy.
I agree.
And there's the
He's our
message
best suspect at the moment.
on the
I'll go check out Sarah's again.
card.
In the meantime, you keep an eye on Emilio, Lady Howard, and Estelle.
All right, but be careful.
And Sydney.
You've made some progress with Sydney, you said?
Yeah, I did. Several times.
Well, what'd you find out?
Oh, lots of stuff you probably don't care about. But it did help me
Ouch.
find an entrance to an underground cave. I think Wilkes was onto it before he died.
That does sound promising. Maybe we can go over it later. I have a few last things I want to do first.
Sure.
All right.
Oh,
So
Gabe.
that's a conversation that you don't normally see in a lot of walkthroughs,
I don't know why, because that was cool,
Yep.
but apparently
especially the
not.
Chateau de Serres part.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the Tor Magdala and have a chat with the Abbé. But first,
Oh, that'll be fun.
Let's take
I'm
a
sure
look
he'll
at
want to
the-
talk to us.
take a look at the vehicles.
That must be Prince James's car.
It's very pretty and shiny.
Harry's here.
Yep.
So normally you would go out to the Big Orange Rock if you didn't get the manuscript before, but since we already did that and we got the extra points, now we're going to go talk with Abbé Arnaud.
Yes, our friend.
Yep.
He loves to talk to us. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah. So he's doing his bird watching.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at him.
Allegedly.
It's our best bud, your pal and mine, Mr. Priory of Science.
We're literally just talking about that.
Well,
Mr. Arnaud.
here we go. Get your fat ass over here.
Yeah, come here.
Hello, Mr. Knight.
So now we're going to drop the bomb.
I've
Yep.
been meaning to ask you something.
And what is that?
I've been meaning to ask you about your association with the Priory of Sion.
Where did you hear such a thing?
Prince James's men? See, I'm working for Prince James. I came here to see about the kidnapping myself.
I see. Well, I'm not really surprised, though I would have expected more polish from Prince James's agents. Ce n'est pas d'importance. You will learn nothing from me. The Priory would never stoop to kidnapping a child.
And tell me, what sort of things would the Priory stoop to?
I have nothing to say to you about the Priory, Mr.
You.
But whatever you hear from Prince James, remember, it is their side of the story.
All right.
Well, without your side, we're not going to know anything, are we?
So first we're going to ask about the excavations.
The Priory is trying to get official permission to excavate in the area, isn't that right?
Yes, but so are the Freemasons. Naturally, we have an advantage being French.
And what exactly are you planning to excavate?
Far more learned ears than yours have been denied that knowledge.
Really? Including yours? Have they told
Oh.
you what it is?
Really? Quel toupet.
So now we're going to ask about Montreux.
Excelsior Montreux, the owner of Chateau de Serres. Is he a Priory member too?
Not at all. Why?
Oh, just wondering.
Because he's really creepy.
Now we're going to ask about the throne.
The Priory does have issues with Prince James, though, doesn't it? Political issues?
What could you understand about
You.
such matters? We have been working for centuries to get the bloodline on the throne of France. Do you know we almost succeeded? Marie Antoinette was desposée, and she had a son who would have been king. But the damned revolution ruined everything.
Yeah, revolutions can really fuck up your long-term conspiracy.
Wow!
I take it the Priory doesn't like the idea of the Stuarts regaining power.
In Scotland, perhaps. Not in France. Not over the European Union. The Habsburg-Lorraines are a much more critical line. Besides, we could hardly accept a Scot on the throne.
I see your point.
Sorry, that's
Those
not...
bagpipes can get annoying.
That's not really funny, but I just... What was it again? Oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Hold on.
Let's talk about the treasure.
Oh,
So there really
so...
is a treasure?
Beyond measure.
Well, so why don't you just go in and take it?
The Templars lived a long time ago.
You don't know where it is, do you?
There are certain disadvantages to keeping information in the hands of a chosen few. When the French Revolution occurred, the Abbé here was the guardian. He was forced to flee to Spain. His records were lost for decades. Then Saunier rediscovered them. He was a greedy bastard, and he was tormented by the Great Secret. He offered fragments of the documents for exorbitant sums. He fabricated and destroyed evidence and died without revealing what he knew.
That's why you've leaked information, isn't it? You hoped someone would solve the riddle for you.
There is a season for everything, and the season for the unveiling is coming very soon. One way or another, the treasure will come to light.
What is it you're so determined to unveil?
One day soon, you shall know. Now excuse me, Mr. Knight. Oh, and I do wish you luck in finding the infant.
And then the stretch, and then there we go. So what were you going to say?
I was laughing because Gabe was swearing. It was hilarious.
You've played this game before.
I know. It's just funny every time.
Like you'd never seen one before.
Wow.
Alright, so now we're going to go have a chat with Prince James, so we finally get to check out what Villa Bethania is all about. So let's knock on the door.
Hello?
Here we go.
I do appreciate your returning the manuscript, Mr. Knight.
If I'd known what Mr. Sinclair here was up to, I wouldn't have taken it in the first place.
Well, what's done is done. But I think it's time we had a serious conversation.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we're going to talk about the bloodline first.
Do you consider yourself to be a bloodline descendant, Prince James?
Well, it may sound foolish to you, but a belief in our lineage and the responsibility that it brings has been the motivation behind everything the Stuarts have done for centuries. You see, we take our heritage very seriously.
Then we'll talk about the manuscript.
So, you think the kidnapping is a response to Sinclair's manuscript, to its positioning you as the head of the bloodline?
It's not just the manuscript, but yes.
Have you received any demands from the kidnappers, or?
No. Look, I'm willing to give up my claim forever if that's what they want, as long as my son is safe. But we don't even know who to contact to make such a concession. The Priory swears they're not responsible and no one else has come forward. My God. I'm at the end of my rope.
Perhaps it's not political.
If I let myself even consider that it might be the night visitors, I can't imagine what they would want with...
I'm sorry. I know how awful this is.
So next we're going to talk about the trade deals.
What are these negotiations between the Freemasons and the Priory about?
Because of our common heritage, there's certain wisdom and property that's shared. And now that the dispute over the bloodline heir is coming to a head, these things must be settled.
So now we're going to talk about the excavations.
You're trying to get permits to excavate out here, aren't you?
I don't know where you heard such a thing, but I admit we have been hedging our bets in case negotiations go badly.
So we're going to talk about the Priory treasure.
What kind of property do the
Freemasons,
have?
sorry.
We have a few of the treasures that have always been sacred to the descendants of Moses.
Like what? The Ark of the Covenant? Something like that?
I'm not at liberty to say, but the bloodline treasures are dispersed. Whoever takes the mantle, in the end, will want them. All of them.
Oh, look at ask about the others.
What about the Priory? What do they have that you want?
The Priory controls the treasure the Templars couldn't take with them to Scotland because it was embedded in the very landscape.
The treasure of Rennes-le-Château?
Yes, but they're not to touch it until we've agreed on a treaty. You see, we have things they want too.
And now the grapevine.
Does the grapevine motif mean anything to you? Viticulture in general?
Yes. The wine of communion represents the blood of Jesus, and the grape represents his body. And the grapevine, in some circles, represents the desposony, the house of David. You have heard Jesus called the fruit of David, I assume.
Of course.
Where did you see such a motif, Mr. Knight?
Oh, it's in the church.
What about my son, Mr. Knight? I'm willing to tell you certain things, but please, have you learned anything new?
I've narrowed it down to a few suspects. In fact, I was going to follow up on that right now.
Very well. Mesme and I will continue our own efforts. We'll see you back here this evening, then.
Absolutely. And, try not to worry.
I do appreciate your tenaciousness, Mr. Knight.
Yeah? I've had shots for that, but never mind. I'll see you.
Gabe is really good at that. Getting into trouble, but still getting the job done.
What an extraordinary man.
Yeah.
Alright. So that takes care of that. So what we're going to do now is something that not many people actually do. In this block, we're going to go to the...
I'll go get the Harley.
We're going to go over to Pikachu's favorite character site.
No. But why?
And
Must
we're going
we
to
do
have a
it?
chat with Estelle.
No. Oh well, as long as it's only her. Ugh.
And there's her water bottle.
It looks like an empty plastic water bottle to me. It's gotta be Estelle's. Lady Howard's lips have probably never touched plastic in her life.
Nope.
So this is a perfect time to finally lift Estelle's print. You can do this with Grace in the next block as well if you want to, but we're going to do it now.
Now. Do it now.
Do it now. There we go. And voila. Alright, so now we are going to go into the site. And Lady Howard's unconscious.
What a great mound of turpitude.
And let's look over at Estelle.
Oh, poor Estelle. She's kind of like a faithful bulldog, isn't she?
Unfortunately, in this case, she doesn't seem to be a horrible person, just hitched with a
She doesn't
bad
shut
person.
up that often. I'd hate to spoil the moment.
Alright, so let's talk to
awesome,
Estelle.
Gabe. That's awesome. Wow.
Good afternoon, Mr. Knight.
You need to slow down before you hit oil.
I appreciate your concern. I'll be finishing up here soon.
Nothing, huh?
No, not a thing.
Does she really need money that badly?
Lily's not the sort to live like ordinary people. She was raised to shine. Oh, you wouldn't understand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, not with her personality, I wouldn't.
Women. But anyway, alright, let's... okay, let's get out of here. And now, it's time to go... Now, this is even where the plot further thickens. So, now we're going to Chateau de Ceres.
Oh dear.
But the gate's closed. So let's see Gabe's little comment.
Now that is downright rude.
Let's enter with the gates closed.
They're closed.
Okay.
Oh, but you can't phase through them?
Now it's time to climb the grapevine gate.
Oh, fun.
He's like a little monkey.
Is that one of his superpowers?
So.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's Marceau.
The chateau is closed, Monsieur Knight.
I noticed. Well, I didn't see a buzzer down at the gate, so I had to come up. Now, I hate to bother y'all, but I'm leaving the area today, and I really need to ask Mr. Montreux just a few more teensy questions. Oh, please.
Wait here.
So Marceau goes inside.
You and your special brand of charm.
And here comes Montreux.
My apologies, Mr. Knight. It is a very bad day for visitors.
Boy, I've had some of those. This is probably really inconvenient, but I'm leaving France today, and I was hoping to feature Sarah's in my article. You made quite an impression on me.
Did I?
Oh, yeah. What I was really hoping was to snag a few more bottles of that Merlot. My editors won't let me give anything 5 stars unless they've tasted it, and boy, that Merlot deserves 5 stars.
Oh, well then, I applaud your taste. Of course I can get you more bottles. I'll have Marceau open the tasting room.
Actually, I'm guessing, well, you guys have a wine cellar. Am I right?
Yes.
Could we go down there and get the wine? It'd make a much more romantic opening for my article. I could just make it up, but as you said yourself, God is in the details.
I don't believe I said that, but I couldn't agree more. I'll take you down myself.
Oh, wow. I knew this place would be great.
And here's the wine pressing room.
Roman mines they had around here. Does this cellar attach to anything, like that?
No. Ah, here it is, the 76 Merlot.
I've been thinking about what you said, about how the breeding of grapes is like the breeding of people.
That is not what I said.
Oh, it's a terrific analogy. Maybe even the angle on my new story. So, would you say this Merlot is like, say, a king of wines? Or just a gorgeous camel?
Ouch.
Look at that. God, am I an idiot?
No, please, don't bother. It's...
Ow!
Oh, my.
Oh, it's...
Uh-oh.
The blood drips into the wine.
Yep.
You are asking about the wine? No.
Oh.
Not a prince. Our little Merlot. Then again, it's not exactly wine in a box either.
He's looking at his neck.
It's eminently drinkable.
Right. Oh, gosh, look at the time. I have that flight to catch. Thanks. See myself out.
Super duper creepy.
That was perfectly creepy.
So, let's knock on the door.
Ooh, I really don't want to go back in there.
Let's look at it.
The front door.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go around the corner to where Gracie was, and we're going to look at the cellar door.
Montreux's down there, licking my blood off the goddamn floor.
Let's go in.
Great acting, Gabe.
I don't want to go back in there.
So that was a really fun little comment there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we'll try to do is climb over again.
This is probably my last chance to look around. I'll leave in a minute.
Pity. Let's go inside.
They're closed, and I don't think it's worth breaking in just to taste some wine.
So guess what?
Oh dear.
Let's go to the garage.
Oh dear. Gabe.
It's open.
A red sedan's coming up.
Shit.
So inside we go.
Oh no.
Look at the light switch.
Like a light switch to me.
Uh-oh.
There's a car in here, but I can barely see it. Guess even vampires have to fix their car.
Gabe? Pay attention, Gabe.
There.
Something up there.
There's something up there.
Duh.
There's a car in here.
Okay. So let's
Gabe.
flick the light switch on.
Here we go.
And...
Uh-oh.
A black sedan. I knew it.
Yep. And let's look at the boxes.
They're storing something in here. Maybe supplies for the winery.
Let's open it.
It would make too much noise.
Gabe.
So let's take a look up at the ceiling.
Oh dear.
What's up there?
And there's bats. And he's bolting.
Run away now. Don't let them get you.
After tonight, the adepts will converge in Cairo.
Look, it's the kidnappers. He's starting to slip away.
Uh-oh.
Voila!
Voila! Mission Knight.
Oh no!
Look, it's the man from the train.
Shit.
Running. The kidnappers get in the red car.
Shit.
Gabe's starting the bike. Off they go.
Run.
And that's the end of the block.
Oh.
Alright, so we'll save that. Okay, so next time we record will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday upcoming. We'll do the 6 to 9 block. This will be the second to last block, and that picture there says it all. Then after that, what we'll do is... I don't know what we're going to be talking about next. We may or may not have a pregame warm-up. But next week, we're definitely going to be finishing up the Gabriel Knight 3. And then we'll be discussing what we'll be doing next. And definitely going to be doing that March Madness preview Sunday or Monday of next week when I'm off. Well, I had a blast tonight. And thanks for joining us. This is Gray Fox 37.
And Pikachu 23.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.